Good afternoon, guys. What is going on? It is already 8:30, so we're already in the dark. And I wanted to make this video and show you guys the carnage. Oh, you can't even see my face. Show you the carnage of the truck. The actual up close, in-person carnage of the truck. But it's been pouring down rain all day long. We're gonna get to the giveaway winners. We're gonna go over the Wrenchworks giveaway if you guys have not been around for that. But look at this. Look, it's just oil everywhere. There is just oil everywhere. It is not a pretty sight whatsoever. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know what I think might be a better idea is to take this fender liner out. So we're gonna get some gloves and probably take that out. So before we do that, let's get to the giveaway. Let's get to the giveaway winners here, because we have needed to do this for the longest time. First, okay, never mind. We're not gonna do that first. First, before it gets even more dark out, yeah, I said that. Anyway, we got another project. We have now yet another project, and it is no thanks but to my uncle, who got this project for free. Well, it's not even really a project. I don't know if I can call it really a project, but my uncle got it for free. He was literally driving down the road. Some guy was wheeling it out, and it had a free sign on it, and he's like, "Is that really for free?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, come get it." Hooked it up to the truck. But anyway, now it is now in our yard, which is starting to look a little bit like Sanford and Son out here, but it's free. So we got it for free. This is really more like an alley project. She is like, the wife is pumped for this, because this is really like, she's been wanting one of these for a while, and I'm like, really? Are you really need this? Like, you're gonna use this? But let's get to it. Let's get to the unveil. Oh, buddy. Got the old 10 horsepower Evinrude. She's all freshly rebuilt. She's ready to rip. But here we go, here we go. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, well, wow, the color just turned purple here on the screen, but it's aluminum. It's aluminum, it's got baby blue. The color looks a little weird. She's a little blue on the inside. But for all you boat enthusiasts out there, we are now a proud boat owner. So check it out. We still got to delete the lawn. We haven't deleted the lawn in like at least a week and a half. It's going to be crazy long again. Trailer, sketchy AF. It's like it's just put together little tin pieces. But hey, it got here okay, and I finally found a use for our rusty, crusty bed to hold up the trailer so it drains out. All right, back in the garage we go. So, quick update. I know this video is going to be a lot of me talking, probably almost all of me talking, and I apologize seeing that it's already 9 o'clock. We have a couple things to go over here. So anyway, Wrenchworks, if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys have not seen the past videos, I started, or me and Allie, or this channel has a brand. It's called Wrenchworks. We started it not all that long ago. It is a brand that represents what we do here. We do all of our own work. Mostly 98.5%, 3/4% of our own work is done right here with these two hands. We love to wrench here. We love, working on stuff. And this brand, Wrenchworks, really represents just that, the love and the passion for, working on cars, trucks, dirt bikes, quads, whatever it may be. It is to represent, those guys who really love, doing work. So anyway, we had a giveaway when we first launched the brand, the first week. Every entry, which was, I'm sorry, saying this backwards. Every item purchased was an entry into a giveaway that had 5 winners. $300, $200, and 3 $100 winners, all to Garofalo Enterprises for whatever vehicle you may drive to get some parts for your vehicle. So we are going to pick the winners now. Allie has done an amazing job getting everybody's names into this. So if you ordered 3 things, or 3 of your names are in here. If you ordered 1, it's 1, blah, 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 blah. So we're gonna do a little mix up here. Oh. Whoever this guy is, we don't know. We're gonna put him back in. Everybody's gotta get in here on this. So we're gonna mix up, we're gonna dive in here. First name, we're just gonna go right to 3 to 2 to 1, 1, 1. Okay, here we go. I'm feeling good. This one right here. If I can open it. We're getting there. Brody Young. Oop, I'm not even on the name. Oh, and it's not gonna focus. Of course, it's not gonna focus. Here we go, we'll put it down. Brody Young, first place winner right there. Second place, here we go. 300 bucks. This one's 200. I'm gonna go over here on the side here. Here we go. Here's one. Let's put it down. David Bright. So we're gonna get in contact with you. Allie's got all your information, whether you ordered online or you got it during the meetup or whatever in the in-person stuff. Here we go. These are the $100 winners. There you go. Okay, next one. I'm trying to mix it up here, guys. Don't worry. Get off my hand. Justin. Okay, we're doing one last mix up here. We have one more winner here, guys. They're all stuck together. Bradley. All right, guys, so there are the winners. We're gonna get a hold of them. So I mentioned in the past that we ran out. We did have some hiccups getting launched with kind of just not being prepared for how many orders, which I guess is a good problem, but unforeseen for getting stuff out to you guys in a timely manner. That is gonna be corrected in the future. But for right now, we are completely restocked on all the hats, all the t-shirts. So go to wrenchworks.com, get your stuff, because basically once this stock is gone, we are gonna be doing completely redesigned. So if you wanna get in on the first logo design, the first launch, the first t-shirt colors, those are not going to be made again. The next time we launch is going to be completely different colors, completely different kind of scheme. So this is the first launch. It's not coming back, so it's limited. What is left online is, once it's gone, it's gone. So go to Wrenchworks, check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. It's, if you purchase a hat or a t-shirt, I can guarantee you it is going to be going towards one bad motor engine. Engine build. It is going to be going towards a bad engine build. So that is the deal there, guys. So thank you guys so much for everyone who had purchased stuff in person, online. I really do appreciate it. I'm super pumped about this brand. It really does mean a lot to me. But anyway, we'll get off that, back onto the trucks, which is what everyone cares about. So let's just talk about the experience that we had on Sunday before we get to showing you guys the actual carnage. So like I mentioned, huge shout out to Nick, Andy, Mike for putting that on. I had an awesome time. I was pumped to be there. I was not so pumped when the engine blew, not because the engine blew, but because I really wanted to put on a good show for you guys. I know a lot of people came a little bit and far away to see the truck run. So so previous to this, we did do some tweaks to the tuning, to the suspension. The truck did not break because of any of that. The truck broke because we are literally making a lot of power, and there's weak points, and the weak point was the engine block. It wasn't the tuning that blew the truck up. It wasn't the suspension. It was literally 15-ish, 100, whatever you want to call it, horsepower, dead hooking, pulling a 1.560 foot. There's a lot that can go wrong. When you're at this power level, anything over 1,000 horsepower on any platform, you know, you're gonna run into problems here or there. I'm not upset, I was not mad. I mean, somebody commented that they didn't want to video me after the, you know, it broke, but honestly, it's not that I expected it to happen. I don't really, I would hope that it didn't, but I don't get, I used to, when something would break, my temper would go off the handle. I've kind of somewhat mellowed out, I guess, with a little bit of age, but when you get into something like this and you start racing and you start pushing the limits of what you've built, you are going to run into this no matter what. I mean, at some point you will break something, find a weak point, and I've kind of learned to accept it. And there's no point in getting upset about it because you can't really change anything. So what's the point of, you know, being grumpy the whole day about a, you know, big paperweight that you just created? You know, just roll with it. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? So that's my attitude about it. I mean, it sucks. I really wish it wouldn't have done that, but it happened. What's the point? You know, so we have a first gen to build now. So not only are you guys gonna get to see a top to bottom complete big motor build, we're gonna get the first gen put back together. We're gonna be at Englishtown, XDP, Englishtown Nationals, I forget exactly what the name is. We are gonna be there with a truck, with something. We're gonna be racing something. So the other thing is time frame on a big engine build like that. The machine work, the custom parts that go into an engine build like that don't happen in a week. They don't happen in 2 weeks. They don't happen really in 3 weeks. I mean, yes, I guess in a perfect world they could come together rather soon, but because of the damage that ensued, we don't know what we're gonna find when we open it up, and all the little miscellaneous stuff, not to mention the probably big bill that's gonna come with this new engine. I don't even really know what direction we're gonna go in. So let me give you a little bit of backstory. When we put this engine together, roughly, it was planned, parts were starting to be ordered almost probably a year and a half-ish or so ago, maybe even a little longer. At that time, sleeved motors and deck plates weren't really a very popular option. Yes, they were out there, but people buying them now to put in street trucks like they are now wasn't as popular as it is now. I'm not gonna say it wasn't done because I'm really unsure of the time frame, like I mentioned. Oh, the hair, there was a stray hair in my, you know, facial hair, whatever. It wasn't a beard hair, it was just a random, probably an alley hair. It's a wife hair. You know, you guys know what that is. But so the fuel and the air side to my previous motor build kind of got out of hand and out of the range of what the motor was built for on it, and that's kind of why I wasn't like expecting it, but I knew it could happen. And we went super big on the air, super big on the fuel, and you know, the motor just kind of wasn't really planned at that level. It kind of just got to that level. But this was a fully built motor. I mean, yes, it was a factory block, and it wasn't a deck plate, it wasn't sleeved, but it had, you know, big main studs, you know, Carrillo rods, and you know, the whole, it was completely built. It wasn't a, you know, stock bottom end, stock head. That head is completely done, oversized valves, billet rods, you know, main girdled, the whole thing. So it wasn't like I went out there expecting a stock motor and what do you expect when you do that to a truck? I mean, it was built to handle quite a bit of an abuse. Now, you know, that kind of power and that kind of abuse, you know, it's up in the air. So I'm sorry, I know I'm rambling, but going forward now, we have much more popular sleeved engines, deck plate engines. So if we are going to stay at this crazy insane power level that we're at, we're gonna need a yet even stronger bottom end and engine to take that. The trans was solid. The suspension changes that we made to the truck, I'm more bummed that we can't continue to race because I was just starting to get comfortable, you know, launching it. This launch was the smoothest The truck literally just squatted and took off. If you guys were there, if you guys saw the videos, I'll try and get some compilation of some more videos to show in different videos, upcoming videos. But the truck literally dead hooked and went. I mean, a 1.560 foot out of a 7,000, 7,500 pound truck. I mean, that's, in my opinion, there's been better, but it's still a full weight truck that I drove on the street. And I guess that's the other thing. I mean, a lot of people were saying, what do you expect out of like doing changes and just taking it to the track? And it wasn't on video, so you guys don't know this, but we were doing tons of test hits on the street. And it just, I mean, on these little pizza cutters, you're not gonna put nearly the load and the strain on the engine that you are with slicks on a prep track. But the truck ran perfectly with the tuning changes. We logged for like 3 days straight. I probably sent the tuner probably 20, 30 logs. He was, and they were wide open, locked up, wide open pulls. So he was looking at the parameters. We know what the truck was doing. The power with the dead hook and the load on it, completely different story. I mean, we were burning off all 4 tires launching on the pizza cutters for 200-300 feet on the street. So, you know, the dyno, going to a dyno wouldn't have, sometimes you go to the dyno, you can't even hit the same kind of boost or power levels that you would on the street or at the track. So the dyno really wasn't, we got the tuning good. So anyway, still rambling, go figure. Let's pull this wheel well out and look at the windows in the block. Alrighty, hopefully you can possibly see. Let's try and get you down in there. Man, I don't know why. On camera, you just can't see it. I mean, I can, hey, how are you? I can see it clear as day. I mean, that big hole right next to the computer. Parts hanging down right there.
Now me and the mad scientist got to rip apart the block.
Anyway, guys, I'll show you guys again in the morning whether you can or cannot see that big old hole. I promise you there's a big hole in the side of the engine block, and who knows if anything that is salvageable out of the motor. That piston is probably all kinds of beat up. Who knows what the other cylinders look like. We'll really have to wait to get it all apart and get a game plan going forward. So where do we go from here? Well, that, like I mentioned, is still very undetermined. I want to look at different options, like I mentioned, for sleeved engines and deck plates and stuff like that. I know, you know, D&J, Fleece, Industrial Injection, 3 big companies that, you know, do a lot of big high-end horsepower stuff. So I'm gonna take a look at that stuff. But in all reality, the time frame for this year, so where are we at right now? August, whatever. We really got 2-ish months of racing left. So if you take a month of that time frame to get our new stuff, and that's on the very fast end, you only got really like a month or a couple weeks left of racing. I really don't feel like pushing and rushing to try and get that truck back on the track. The only other option I can really think of that I don't really know is worth the time or worth the money is to try and find like a complete stock engine just to plug in there and put a simple charger and small injectors, small fuel and small air to go along with that stock engine. I just don't think it's really worth the time and effort to really just get that truck back out there when we can work on the first gen. We can get the first gen going. You guys don't even know the parts that I have sitting here waiting for the first gen. So the cylinder head, I think, is done. We're gonna go run and get that very, very shortly, maybe even tomorrow. But we're gonna get the cylinder head back on there. We're gonna get that done. We're gonna get that thing ready to go. The trans build is in process, waiting on parts for that. John's gonna get that baby ready to go. So I think we're just gonna maybe go that route and maybe just, you know, get the first gen going, get that thing cranked up and make some power and race the rest of the year with that. And then do the 05 slowly over time and try and give you guys like a really in-depth look at what goes into building something even bigger beyond what I have now. So we'll go over like what I did have and the future and what everything looks like. So right now I'm still kind of like somewhat undecided and kind of all over the place, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it squared away. We'll get a game plan. Content's not going anywhere, guys. It seems to be creating itself with everybody's build. So plenty of awesome things to look forward to on this channel from Wrenchworks. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. I know this was a lot of, or like I mentioned, all of me talking. Usually it's a lot more of action, doing the work, and stuff like that. So look forward to those, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys tomorrow. See you.